Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Angel Tarot Show. I'm Radleigh Valentine. So for February, our theme is going to be self-love. We'll cover self-love for the heart, we'll cover self-love for the soul, and self-love for the body. But we're going to start with self-love for the mind. Now, you've probably heard me say before that our thoughts very often drive our emotions. It can happen the other way around. I'm not saying it doesn't. But if our thoughts are in a positive and joyful and happy place for manifesting, I don't know if you heard that little bark. That's my new girl, Faith. Talk about manifesting. But if our thoughts are positive and joyful and happy, then our emotions are going to match that. If our thoughts are kind of messed up and they're just basically through the basement floor, then our manifesting is going to be unhappy emotions, things that make us feel unhappy, unwell, unjoyful. So we have to keep them under control. So I've got some tips, some things for you to think about for the week of February 5th through the 11th for the self-love of the mind. So one thing to do is disconnect from social media. just for an hour. I mean, it's like you don't have to turn it off permanently, but just take an hour, put your phone away, put your phone on do not disturb, and put it someplace else where you don't even see it, where you don't even look at it, and have a few moments to like ponder and think about what your thoughts are. And it just kills me every time she barks. It's so cute. But be aware of your thoughts. Disconnect from social media and the internet. Listen to a podcast, maybe a podcast called The Angel Tarot Show, but something that's uplifting, something that allows you to sort of disconnect from your emotions and just let your thoughts be carried away by the speaker, by the topic that you are interested in, by the subject matter that fascinates you. Allow it to just take you away. And so that you can like have a moment of freedom from worrisome thoughts or anxiety-laden thoughts. Another thing is pick something that's been nagging you and fix it. If maybe it's a button that's come off a shirt, or maybe it's a cabinet that's squeaky and it needs a little WD-40, but especially if it's something small, just something little that you can do to like fix your world, make your world better, make your world happier. Also, if you have any projects that are intellectual in nature, or even creative in nature, and you're dreading them, you just don't want to do them, it's just like, I don't want to do it. I'd like to make a suggestion that you do it first, that you do it and get it out of the way, get it off your shoulders, fix it so it's not there anymore, and you're not thinking about, oh, I'm going to have to do that and I don't want to do it. Just rustle up the gumption, as we would say in the South, and go do it and get it off your list. Another thing you can do is organize a room. If it's really like got all this stuff in it that you don't need or want, I need to go through my closet. It's like, I can't slide one more shirt in there. So there's got to be stuff in there that can go. But when we do these organizing projects, it's good feng shui, and it kind of like allows the mind to have something to focus on rather than things that we don't want it focusing on. Read a book about controlling your thoughts. Read something like, I don't know, Manifesting Your Magical Life by Radleigh Valentine. To be honest, I am currently rereading The Four Agreements, and I am loving it. I'm almost done, and I think I'm just going to go back to the beginning and read it again because it's just so good. Another good book is Z Squared. These are good books for helping you to get control of your thoughts and figuring out how to like be in a place of positive manifesting. Another thing you can do, make a vision board for the future. So a vision board is basically just a piece of white poster board, and you cut out pictures of the things that you want to manifest in 2023. I used to do this electronically. And in fact, I should do that again. I haven't done that in quite a few years, but I would do it in Photoshop and then I would print it out. But if you want to do it the old-fashioned way, just all you have to do is get yourself a big piece of white poster board and some tape or glue and cut out pictures out of magazines or Google images of the things that you're wanting to manifest so that you can see them on a regular basis. And your mind has this focus of this is what I am trying to create. I think it's good to daydream as long as you can daydream about happy future outcomes to all things in your life. If you're daydreaming has a tendency to slip to fear, slip to worry, slip to all the things that might go wrong. I call it future tripping. You're tripping out over the future, then maybe that's not a good one for you. Another thing, find a book that is uplifting to read a little bit of every day and pick a day to binge it all day long. You know, something that really fascinates you, something that makes you feel really happy. Find that book and you can have it in little morsels every single day, or you can pick a day and hide in a corner somewhere with your book and binge it. Another thing is watch a movie that is intellectually stimulating or about something that fascinates you. So I personally am fascinated by astronomy, not just astrology, but astronomy. So if I can find a special that's like going through the planets or you know, extraterrestrial planets, all those kind of stuff, that stuff fascinates me and I will be riveted, and it entertains my mind in a way that is creative and positive and allows me not to be in a place of overanalyzing or being anxiety laden. Another thing is mind games like Wordle. I still haven't tried Wordle, but you know, it's like there's a lot of people playing Wordle. So mind games like Wordle or crossword puzzles, something like that, that keeps you kind of focused. Big one, meditate. So I know it's like a lot of people struggle with meditation. I kind of do too, but it's like, try guided meditations. There are guided meditations on my website. Try one then just that allows you to have somebody else lead you through it so that you don't have to feel like you're doing it wrong. You can have somebody else guide you through it and you can be like, well, I'm just following the leader and following the leader and to help you get through the meditation. Another thing is take a lot of breaks. You know, it's like if you can, just little ones, just get up and walk away from your desk and take a little break if you can, just these little moments away from all those things. Another thing you can do is learn something new from a video course. I have a ton of video courses at redleyvalentine.com. You can go look for them, but take a video course in something that fascinates you and draws you in and it helps you to feel creative, helps you to feel like your things are going well for yourself. Do something like that because that can really be stimulating. Another thing, let music take you away. Music is a great way to get out of your head when you're in a fearful place. Play something that's joyful and makes you feel happy, you know, so that you're like, your brain goes somewhere else. If you're going to look at your thoughts, try to do it in a non-judgmental way. If you can, try to be in an objective place and go, what are my thoughts right now? We're going to talk more about that in just a second because I got two big guns for you at the end of this. So, but if you're going to look at your thoughts, try to do it in an objective, non-judgmental way. Journaling is great. Try journaling as well. Now, here are my two big gun things for you. So many years ago, a book came out by Julia Cameron. You may have heard of it. It's called The Artist's Way. And in it, she talks about this process that really, really helped her. And it's helped a lot of people. A lot of people talk about it. I found it through research, but it's called Morning Pages. And what Morning Pages means is it's a little bit like automatic writing if you're one of my students, where you just sit down and you start writing to talk to your angels. But this is talking to your own self. And so In The Artist's Way, Julia recommends that you just write, whatever comes to mind, no matter what it is, even if it is nothing's coming to mind, and do it for 3 pages every single day. Just sit down and see what the monkey mind is doing today and write it down, write it down, write it down. Oh, it's going to be cold today. Oh, I need to feed Faith and Riley. Oh, I need to make sure that they get a walk today because I was too busy and I didn't get it done yesterday. Oh, we need groceries. What are we having for dinner? Whatever it is, from the mundane to the really big stuff, write it down, 3 pages full, handwritten, 3 pages full. And when you are done, get rid of it. It is not meant to be reread. Morning pages are not meant to have an audience, not somebody else, not even you. It's just for you to get it out on a page and then get rid of it. All right. Here's another one that's a little bit more complicated, but it's called a thought record. There's all kinds of different ones. This one I found I liked is 7 columns long, 7 column longs. And all I did was go to Google Images, thought record 7 columns, and poof, there it was, and I could print it out. But what it does is it allows us to get a vision of what is happening in our thoughts when they're going negative. So column 1, situation or trigger, is what happened, where, when, who, with, and how that triggered the negative, fearful, anxiety-laden thought. Feelings, emotions, rate 100 to 100%. What emotion did I feel at the time? What else? How intense was it? What did I notice in my body? Where did I feel it? Then third, unhelpful thoughts. What went through my mind? What disturbed me? What did those thoughts, images, memories mean to me or say about me or the situation? What am I responding to? What, quote, button, unquote, is this pressing from me? What would be the worst thing about that or that could happen? The next column is facts that actually support the unhelpful thought. What are the facts? What facts do I have that the unhelpful thoughts are totally true? Fifth column, what are the facts that provide evidence against the unhelpful thought? Okay. What facts do I have that the unhelpful thoughts are not totally true? Is it possible that this is an opinion rather than fact? What have others said about this? Column 6, alternative, more realistic and balanced perspective. Stop. Take a breath. What would someone else say about this situation? What is the bigger picture? What advice would I give someone else? Is my reaction in proportion to the actual event? Is this really as important as it seems? And finally, outcome, emotion, re-rate the emotions. What am I feeling now? What could I have done differently that would have been more effective? What will be more helpful for me in the next situation? And what will the consequences be? So again, this is called a thought record with 7 columns. You can check that out too. But you know what? Lastly, for heaven's sake, have some fun, okay? Just have some fun. So coming up, we are going to have our energetic weather report and your personal archangel of the week.